There are conflicting ideas when it comes to the use of title blocks in landscape designs. If you look at this one here, and we list this rectangle here, it's being placed in model space. If we move to a layout view, an A3 layout view, and we select a floating viewport, I can get it. There it is. You can see that the floating viewport looks at the design but also looks at the title block. Let's display that on the layout and return. Well, working this way does have some limitations. If I select the floating viewport, you can see its view scale is 100. But if I wanted to have a more magnified view and wanted to change that to 50, can you see that I've lost the title block area? So it can be much more flexible to put your title block in layout space. I'll return to model space and I'll remove the title block from that zone there. Then I can zoom extents, and let's now move back into our layout sheet, and this time we'll say block and insert a title block into layout. So we'll insert it into the drawing, and the title block that I've created is anchored at the bottom right. So it's quite an easy matter then to place it. It's gone in, so it's gone in complete with the logo. What I've done with that title block is used the standard font for client, project, address and so on. Those names don't change, but the Arial font's been used to highlight those things that I need to change in this title block. Well, adopting that approach gives me much more flexibility in layout space now. I could even add extra floating viewports and wouldn't have the concern of inadvertently showing part of the title block. Let's look at another example, a concept for redevelopment of a rear garden. And if we move into the layout space called option 2, it's in fact on an A4 sheet, but can you see that here is a title block for that zone? It's quite different to the previous title block. This time there are lots of notes in the form of mtext text put in sections of that title block, and the logo is incorporated with it. In contrast to the other one, this time the north indicator is inside the title block. Now that would require some editing, so we'd select it and edit the block and then rotate the north indicator as required. My preference would be to keep the north indicator outside and in model space near our scale bar, but I digress. What this enables us to do, this using the title block and placing it in layout space, enables us to right click on the tab and add a viewport, which I've done in this zone through here, and I should be able to select it. That's another second floating viewport, and so we can see the plant schedule in there and the main design on the left. It really doesn't matter how far away we put the plant schedule. With this system we can manage things nicely, whereas if you put your title block down in model space in this area under here, you're not going to see that plant schedule easily, and the clash between title block and other information can always occur.